When you're working at a job, don't let people little bro you. Most likely, if you're watching this video, you're a grown person, you're a grown adult, you're 18 and up at least, right? So you shouldn't be letting people talk down to you just because they have more experience at that workplace or because they're older than you. You can be 63 and still be stupid as hell. So keep that in your mind. Just because they're old doesn't mean anything. Just because they have the seniority doesn't mean they can talk to you crazy. Don't let people disrespect you just because they're older or because they have more seniority at the job. That doesn't mean anything. You need to let people know that you deserve respect. Now, I'm 31. I've been working since I was 13. I've been working for 18 years. So I've been around the block. I know how it is. I've been to all types of different jobs. I've worked with all types of different people. So I've been with a whole plethora of different workspaces and personalities and how people feel at work. So I've been around the block. And another thing you have to know is these jobs don't care about you. I know that you like to think that jobs care about you. I know that you like to think that, but it's not true. They don't. They make it seem like they do, and they pull a wool over your eyes, but they really don't care about you. Like, they'll fire you on the spot. They will dock your pay. They will write you up. And they will talk bad behind your back. They will play around with your paycheck. They'll do all types of stuff in the workspace, in the work world. So they don't care about you. And for you to think they do is very naive. And what you need to start doing is start understanding that, okay, I'm here for a paycheck. That's what you're here for. Unless like you have your own business or your job treats you very well, which there are jobs that actually pay a livable wage and a decent wage and treat you well. There are jobs out there like that. But there are dead end jobs where you should understand that you're just going there for a paycheck and it's not that big a deal, right? So jobs, for example, like let's say you work at McDonald's, let's say you work at Burger King, let's say you work at Trader Joe's, let's say you work at Whole Foods, you just a cashier. If you work at places like this, Five Guys, you just have to be able to identify which job is a dead end job. Now, if you go in and you go there and you mop the floors and you're the best at mopping the floors and you go above and beyond and you kiss people's behind, then yeah, you'll probably get a promotion. You'll probably make it to manager, right? If that's the life you want to live. But you don't have to do that in order to move up, right? So just understand that these places don't care about you. They will fire you. And stop thinking that they care about you. Go in there for just the pay. You're just here to get paid. That's what you came in here for, right? I've worked at jobs sometimes where I've made it known. Like, I walked in there and I just made it known. Like, I'm just here for a paycheck. Like, I don't care. I don't care what Richard is talking about. I don't care what Joanne is talking about. If let's say if a customer comes in and they have an attitude, it doesn't even affect me, right? I don't even care that they have an attitude because I'm getting paid on Friday regardless of how mad you are, right? When it comes to customer service, one thing that keeps you sane in customer service, because I worked in customer service before, you don't have to be rude to people. I think approaching it apathetically is a more strategic mindset to have when working customer service. Now, you can be jolly, you can smile, but you don't have to kiss the customers behind. You don't have to put up with their nonsense, right? Let's say they start getting upset with you and loud with you. You don't have to get upset and loud back. Just keep it in the back of your mind. Okay, I'm getting paid Friday. They want to be mad. Approach it apathetically. Like they come at you. Oh, this was wrong. Oh, it was, well, miss or sir. I was right. I went over it. We went over it in the back. We made sure everything was P's were crossed and I mean T's were crossed and the I's were dotted, and they're still upset. Like, yeah, but I hear what you're saying, miss. Right? I understand. I understand your frustration, but you have to understand that we solved this problem, or whatever the case may be in that scenario. You don't have to get mad. You don't have to feel some type of way, right? Like a lot of people that work customer service, they take their job home with them. And what this means is if a customer gets upset with them, they'll go home and they'll be mad about it. They'll be like, yeah, I was working today and there was this lady and she was loud and this other guy, he was yelling at me. Like me, when I worked in customer service, if people would get loud with me, which people do when you work in customer service, if they get loud with me or they get an attitude with me, I'm apathetic most of the time. Am I professional? Yes. Am I doing my job to the best of my abilities? Yes. But if they're coming at me and they're upset, I don't go home and be like, oh man, I can't believe that lady was upset with me. I go home and I'm sipping a water, a Poland Spring, and be like, that guy was a fucking dumbass. And I just move on with my day and I laugh at them because at the end of the day, I'm getting paid regardless, right? A lot of people, but at the same time, you can make the argument that I don't get paid enough for people to be upset with me and yelling in my face and stuff like that. But I will come back and tell you that you know what you were signing up for. So like that's another thing about jobs that I don't understand with people when they work is you know what you're signing up for, right? So I don't really like a complainer because you know what the job description was. You know you know what you were supposed to do when you came in. On the job application, it said you had to sweep floors and wash dishes. So when you have to sweep the floor and wash the dishes, why are you upset? Now, that's a good point because also you only should do what's in your job description. That's very important. Because if in your job description, they tell you, okay, you got to sweep the floors, you got to wash the dishes, and you have to wipe down the walls occasionally, right? Let's say that's your job description. And then they ask you, okay, we need you to stock the green beans and the Rice Krispie treats and the ramen noodles. That's a problem. And I'm going to tell you why that's a problem, why you shouldn't fall for that trap. The reason why you shouldn't fall for that trap is because they're going to start adding stuff on and having you do more. Now, I know you're probably thinking, oh, you're lazy. Just do it. Just do it. You're being lazy. But at the end of the day, it's not about being lazy. It's about you're paying me $15 an hour at this dead-end job, right? If that. And you assign me to this task. You assign me to these few tasks. And I'm doing these few tasks. And then you come at me with hubris and say, we need you to stock the green beans? Wait, what? What are we talking about? What are we talking about here? You don't pay me to stock the green beans. I'm not stocking the green beans. I'm sweeping the floors. I'm washing the dishes, and I'm cleaning the walls occasionally. I'm not stocking the green beans. Now that's a good point. Let me extrapolate on that. I will stock the green beans, and I will stock the ramen noodles. But I'm going to need a raise for that. And you can't be afraid to ask for these things. You can't be afraid to ask, like, okay, you need me to do this extra thing. Can I get an extra quarter? Can I get an extra 50 cents? Can I get a raise? Right? You can't be afraid to ask that. And if you ask for that and they say no, then you have to learn the word no. That's also very important. A lot of people don't know the word no at work. They only know yes, 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 yes. Yes, man. You have to learn how to say no. Like, no, I'm not doing that. Let's say they ask you to do something. They ask you something out of your job description. Can you do this? No, I'm busy. I'm doing something else. And that's also very important. Let me go farther on that. And then I'm going to end the video. So, where was I? They tell you, you know, you have to do this. They tell you, they want you to do something extra. I lost my point, but that's fine. When you're at these jobs, don't let them play with you. Don't do things that are outside of your job description unless you're getting paid for it. And don't let people little bro you. And remember, go in, make your money, and leave. And let me just go a little farther before I end the video. Don't feel bad for clocking out. Don't feel bad for leaving. Don't feel bad for that, right? If it's your time to go, it's your time to go, right? If someone called out and it's your time to go, that's on the company. That's not on you. If it gets busy before you're about to leave and it seems like they need help, that's not on you, right? They should have accounted for more people to be on that day. They're not stupid. They're not stupid. They do these. They have their documents. They know which days are going to be busy. They know which days aren't going to be busy. They have a whole document for that stuff. Don't act like they're stupid. Don't give in to this idea that they're stupid and they just didn't know. Yes, they did, right? So don't feel bad for leaving, right? I don't feel bad when I leave my job. I don't feel bad when I leave any job. I don't care how busy you are. I don't. And I'm sorry. I get it. Some coworkers are cool. Some coworkers, you know, will help you out with times of need. But at the end of the day, once it's time for me to clock out, it's time for me to clock out, right? Now, I might stay extra if I need a little extra money, right? You should know money management, so you shouldn't need to stay extra all the time. But don't feel bad for leaving. Leave. It's time. It's 5 o'clock. It's time for me to go. But we're busy. Okay. Why are you telling me that? I'm leaving. It's time for me to go. But Richard didn't come in. Okay. What does that have to do with me? That don't have nothing to do with me. You have to understand one more thing, and then I swear I'm going to end the video. You have to understand, these things have nothing to do with you once your job is completed and it's time for you to go home. Once your job is completed and it's time for you to go home, it has nothing to do with you. You're clocked out. That's what you should think. You should leave work at work, right? I'm clocked out. I'm done. I'm good. I'm leaving. And that's really how you should be rocking. So I hope you guys got something from this video. Thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.